Why are magical bikinis and cooter tape a thing? What possible benefit could a +5 thong of spell storing do? So let's get into the world building of my mangas, The Devil's Deal, and Night of Slaughter. So why would such a prudish man such as myself do that? What benefit is there in the world building to put people in that type of attire? Well, the same reason I had this Brimborn look like she did a blind run in Goodwill. Well, it's all about the gear's ability. Well, the question is, why did they make the gear in the first place? Well, the thing that we have to acknowledge is that there's 3 different time periods of magic items. You have modern, you have pre-era, and then you have ancient. Magic items are very similar to fossils in the sense the deeper down into the network you go, the more ancient and pre-era gear you're gonna find. And usually it's gonna be probably stronger because modern items are nothing compared to what they used to create. And from the research, we know that in pre-era at least, that they used to go in waves of their magical gear that they would create. They would go very functional, and usually some sorceress or something to that degree would start a trend of making aesthetically pleasing gear. So that's when you would start getting your chainmail bikinis, your tape, your thongs, because that type of stuff was edgy, it was trendy, it went against the culture. Can you imagine how grandma would feel seeing an Andrew Tate man going on a quest to save her in nothing but a jockstrap, maybe some nipple tape and some earrings? She'd have a heart attack. And that was their goal when they would do these anti-culture magic item movements. They wanted to shock people, show them that we are different. So magic items are actually a reflection of the time period that they were created. But let's see this example in real time with the Night of Slaughter. And I'm fully acknowledging that we're going to talk about divine armor that the gods create for specific people, but the point still remains. We can see the culture reflected in, let's say, Veronica's mom, Lady Alicia. She has a hood, she has full armor, and she exudes a saint-like appearance because that's the culture that she created from her poverty in life. This is the image that she believes knights should have. I mean, look at the other people around her. The Death Knight, for example, fully armored with a cowl as well. Her father, fully dressed, very minimalistic. And even when Veronica thinks about what kind of knight she would want to be, look at this aesthetic. Full-bodied, minimalistic, with cape. Now imagine, for example, if she were to become a blacksmith, what type of armor do you think that she would create based on her upbringing? Probably something to this effect. But now let's look at Lady Apetals' attire. This is all Divine created specifically for her. You can see it is very exposed in the center because 1, she's an elementalist, and 2, she has a ton of gear that is very minimalistic and simple in nature. And also, she wants these robes, so when she uses air abilities, the back of it floats up so people can see her full back tattoo from her culture. And this would be a direct reflection of the culture that she was brought up in. See how minimalistic and exposed her people were? See how liberal they are with how they express themselves? And this is a society that grew up in the network. So what do you think her people's magical gear would look like? But if you love the world building, go grab a copy of The Night of Slaughter and The Devil's Deal, because I'm trying to sell 1,000 copies for the year's end.